What's going on, everyone? My name is Kevin Griffith and this is the Holler Barbecue. Today we're going to be doing a Wagyu Tomahawk Ribeye from Snake River Farms, so stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I have a very special cook for you. Today this video is actually sponsored by a company called Action Labs. They make meter, which is a totally wireless probe. They were so confident in their product that they sent this 3.3 pound Wagyu Tomahawk Ribeye from Snake River Farms. Now, this is a $125 steak, just for one steak. So that shows you how much faith they have in their product. Now let's go over what we got here. So like I said, this is a 3.3 pound Tomahawk Ribeye Wagyu from Snake River Farms. It is $125 if you go buy it online, plus you have to pay for shipping. Sometimes they have free shipping, so that helps out. I'll put a link to Snake River Farms down below. Now when you get this thing, it'll come in, it'll be individually packaged in its own wrapper, kind of like a cryovac bag. Be frozen when it shows up. Just let it thaw out in the refrigerator, and I just cut it out and we're ready to go. I didn't trim anything on it. Let me show you this thing. So their master carvers have already trimmed everything up, and I'm not gonna take anything else off of it. You can see how thick this sucker is. Now for seasonings, I want the meat to shine through. So all we're gonna do, I have some Jacobsen sea salt. Let me show you. It's real chunky stuff, and that's what we're gonna put on it. And I'm not worried about over seasoning this thing. This is a huge piece of meat. These salt crystals will melt down pretty good into this meat. So I got a little bit of salt and then some coarse pepper. Let's go ahead and get both sides. Now some of my salt and stuff that's spilt out here, I'm just gonna take the edge of this steak and basically kind of get it up. That way it's on the whole thing. Now let me show you how the meter works. So I'm going to be running it with basically two devices today. So the iPad and my iPhone. That's just so I can get a lot larger range. So the iPad will be using the Bluetooth connectivity, and then it will hook basically to my internet, and I'll be able to go on the cloud, and basically I can be anywhere at that point. So let me show you how to set it up. So you open up your iPad or whatever device you do it on, and then to turn it on, all you do is just basically pull it out. And as you can see, it just automatically connected. Showing we're at 71 degrees right now here in Oregon. Now the way I want to run this thing today is I want this to basically go dead center, hitting into this middle loin part right here. So I'm actually going to come from, let's see, I'm going to come from this fatty side right here. We're going to try to get dead center. And let's push it deep in. So this is what makes it so good, is I no longer have to worry about any wires. I'll be able to maneuver this meat around any way I like without having to worry about wires. So now that we got our meat probe placed, let me show you how easy it is just to set this up now for what we want to do. So just hit target. And then see it says tap to set up cook. We're gonna be cooking beef today. They have a whole bunch of preset stuff. We have steaks, And then I basically want mine in between medium rare and medium, somewhere around there. So what we're gonna do is, I think I will, I'm going to go for just the medium rare and then start cook. So right now, it's telling me we have a target of 135. Right now the internal's 47. And it also, on the other end of the probe, measures ambient temperature, which is 79 degrees right now. But what this thing can do is, before it hits your target temperature, it actually tells you to take it off. So at 135, that's gonna be a little bit much for what I want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this thing at about 128 degrees. So we'll have to watch it. All right, we are gonna be reverse searing this today. We're gonna start it off with the silverback. I have it fired up to 275 degrees and we're using pecan pellets today. I want straight pecan. I didn't wanna put hickory on it or anything like that. So we're just using straight pecan. This is Grilla Grills pellets. So I think it's a mixture of pecan and most likely oak to help with the heat. And what I'm doing, let me show you the inside. I have my extension rack in right now. And we're actually gonna place the steak up top. That way we're getting as far away from the heat as possible. So let's go ahead and get this sucker in. Basically putting it in the middle here, up top. We're gonna cook to about 128 degrees. And then we're going to sear it off on the Weber kettle straight over coals. Now what I will do is at about 90 degrees, I'm gonna flip it over just so we can get more even cooking. All right, so stay right there, guys, and hopefully this is gonna be a great cook. All right, so I told you I was going to be monitoring this with a second device. So this iPad's gonna stay right here for the entire cook. Then just to hook my phone up, basically come in, go straight into the application, and it's already connected. So that's as simple as that is. Now I can actually use this phone and I can go anywhere. I could go 10 miles, 20 miles, 100 miles away, and I could still check this out. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see this. Probably not in this light. But the steak is basically at 92 degrees right now. So what I want to do is I want to flip it over. Might not need it being on the top shelf like that, but I am a little superstitious, so we're going to go ahead and flip it. See, that made it, without having a wire there, that made that way easier. All right, let's get it closed back down. Let me get it pushed away from the wall just a little bit. And all right, we're on our way to 128. I might go a little bit higher, maybe 130, we'll see. All right, guys. We are at 128 degrees right now, internal temperature. It says it has 4 minutes remaining. So what this thing does is it actually starts estimating when your cook's gonna be finished. I think based on how fast the temperature's coming up and the temperature on the outside, the ambient temperature. We got a low battery here. But what this thing does is at about 5 minutes to the end of your cook, it'll actually send you a notification on your phone. So we're at 129 degrees right now. It's time to get this thing off. And let me show you how we're gonna rest it. Hold on 1 second. All right, so what I'm gonna do to rest this thing, you see I kinda got it in like a cake pan. I wanna hold those juices. We'll use those later. What we're gonna do, I'm actually going to go ahead and tint this a little bit. We're gonna let it rest for about 10 minutes. I've already got the Weber fired up right now. I'm just waiting on the coals to come up and I'll get that ready to go. Basically when we hit about maybe 110 degrees, 110, 112 degrees, I started up the charcoal. So I'll see you at the Weber here in just a few minutes. All right guys, it's been resting for about 10 minutes now. And what I have here is just my Weber kettle. I have all the charcoal pushed to one side, about a basket, about 3/4 of a basket full of charcoal. And I've got the coals basically over my grill portion right here, right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go 1 minute per side, 2 times. So about 2 minutes a side is what it's gonna go. All right, let's get it on. It's been about a minute, so let's go ahead and just turn it a little bit. So let me look at the bottom of it real quick. We're gonna go ahead and flip it over actually, get it on a new side. All right, it's time to flip it over again. And if you get that flame up like that, just go ahead and move it away from it. All right, 1 more minute. So we got a beautiful crust on it right now. All right guys, and that is our 4 minutes. So let's go ahead and get it off of here. It's looking absolutely fantastic. Now I'm gonna go get it on the cutting board and we will get this bad boy cut up. All right guys, let's see how we did on this thing. Tell you what, it looks and smells fantastic. I was gonna use my Dalstrong boning knife to cut this thing up with. I probably could, but it looks a little bit small for this knife, so this calls for the meat sword. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get it off this bone. I'll leave the bone right there. I hope you guys can see this really good. Let's just start carving it up. All right, let's take one out of here. One right out the middle here. Let it bloom out a little bit. These bees smell it. They love to come for a barbecue, I see. Oh, and that juice that we had sitting on, you don't want to waste that. So we're just gonna go ahead and pour that, the rest of it on top of it. All right, I gotta go ahead and try this, guys. I've never tried a steak like this before. Let me go ahead and try this. Man, that is, ooh. It just pulls apart like a really good cooked brisket, but it's still about medium. must say, I am very happy with this. And I'm about to get juice all over the place. So what I'm gonna do, guys, before this thing actually runs all over the place, let me go get this inside. The steak came out fantastic. I got a few things I wanna go over, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, so it's pretty sunny outside, or it is sunny outside. I'm using a canopy to try to shade some of this down. I was watching some of the playback of me cutting the steak up, and I couldn't tell whether I could show you how the steak was done. I couldn't really tell whether you could see. I don't want anyone, blasting me out saying I overcooked the steak. So here's a little bit better view. And this is why I like the reverse sear so much. You barely have any brown at all. I'm basically almost wall-to-wall pink here. Super good. All right, guys, all in all, I am super happy with the cook. Steak came out fantastic. So I'm not sure if I would ever get a chance to eat another steak like this. I mean, I can't afford a $125 steak. You can find the tomahawks in your regular grocery store for, a quarter of the price. It's not gonna be the same thing, but you can do just as, as good of a job. But I won't ever turn down a good steak again. So I would love to thank Action Labs for sending this to me. Let me show off the meter. Let me try this steak out for you guys. Let me go over one thing real quick. So the block that it comes with, this is the charger. I've already cleaned this up. Now to get it back charging again and to turn it off, that's it. That's all you do. If you're interested in one of these guys, I'll put the link to their website down below. These things are roughly 70 bucks. And they sent me a discount code for all my viewers. So if you put in Holler10, I'll put that below too. You'll get 10% off. All right, guys, thanks for watching. As always, if you've got any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. Hey, give me a thumbs up on this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And always, holler back.